Alright, boy, got old Deus 2 out here with a 9-inch call. Now, I'm not going to show the E-track. I have looked at it over what you're going to see here. Alright? You see that can slaw, and you see that old Indian head pin, and you see that old nail down there. Now, that could be in the wild. Alright? And yeah, sharpshooter sets up tests comparing detectors to see their behavior. You'll probably see this in the wild too. The E-track sweeping from this direction, left to right. See how I'm sweeping that camera? Will give a 32 conducting number on that Indian head. So if you come across it as such, you wouldn't have any trouble. But that's it. If you come anywhere over in here, sweeping left to right like I'm doing that camera with that E-track, you are SOL. So that could still be in a site that an E-track runner has been in and they just didn't hit it just right. Okay, and I'm going to show you this Deus 2. We're just going to look at the sensitive program. I'm going to leave the silencer at a -1. I'm going to leave the speed at 1.5, the disc at 6.8 to show you what could be happening to some of you Deus 2 users, some of you even experienced users using this machine. Alright, I've got the notch set to 75. See that? Would that be a terrible way to run this machine in a park? Don't think so. Remember, you're letting your notch dictate what you hear. You're not going to hear everything in a park with a 75 notch on this machine. If you're looking for the money, Indian heads, copper, silver. Okay? Now, I'm not saying you have to use a 75, but watch what happens here. Now, I'm in the 40 kilohertz max frequency. Now remember that. Alright? So I'm over here. And you see what I've got in that meter? You hear that? Not very good, huh? You might hear that gobbledygook and press on with pride. I'll sweep some more here. You hear that? The old meter's all tied up down there. Now I'm going to come over here. Now this is where the E-track would get it. It's sort of shaky, ain't it? Very call specific. Alright. Now I'm going to lower the max frequency to 24. Now I'm back over here. You hear that? Maybe seeing an 88 roll up in that meter on sweeps, but it's hard for me to show it in this camera. 82. You hear that? Now let's come over here. You see that? I got that 77, 76 in the window. Alright. Now I'm going to drop the max frequency to 14 kilohertz. We're going to come back over here. So we hear that signal there. The only problem is we never see any high ID come in the screen on this metal detector, okay? Now we're going to come over here. Boom! See the meter. Okay? So on this test right here with a 75 notch, from this direction, the 14 kilohertz is probably the best. From this direction, the 14 kilohertz is the worst. From this direction, the 24 kilohertz surpasses the 40 kilohertz. And from this direction, the 24 kilohertz surpasses the 40 kilohertz max band. Okay, so let's go back to 40 kilohertz. That's the default setting. So you hear that. There's not much to work with there. How about over here? So we do get a little peck on that signal there, 40 kilohertz, don't we? We got a 76 coming in the window, occasionally a 79. Okay, now just pretend here. All I'm going to do is go in here. I'm going to take out the notch. Okay, I could have an adjacent program set up, but I don't. So I took out the notch. I'm still in the 40 max band. See what I see in that meter? See them low conductors in there? Okay, so if you were running a 40 max frequency band and you transition, and you started seeing things like that in the meter, that would be your maskers. Now I'm going to leave it in the 40 kilohertz max band, okay? We're going to take these maskers off of here. Alright. Now all we got down there now is that old nail and an Indian head. Alright. I'm going to go back in here. And I'm going to put that 75 notch back in this machine. Okay. Now you got to hear what this sounded like before with the maskers there. Okay, different ball game now, ain't it? What about over here? See what I got in the meter now? No maskers. Okay. Now remember, you know, version 1.0 and forward allowed you to change the max frequency band in some of these programs. You wasn't locked at 40. All right. And again, this is shift on the fly. You can set your machine up with a adjacent program of 14 or 40. Okay. Now what I didn't show you, and I guess I could, even with the maskers not there, let's just look at this. I'll tell you what I've seen with the maskers there. There's Deus mono at 4.4 kilohertz. Now there's not even an aluminum masker there. No dice on the old Indian head. Now from over here, look at there. Not even an aluminum masker. See what you got. So you run single frequency on this machine, you come on something like that, you are SOL, unless of course you're going to dig a 6 in the meter, say in a park, which might not be the smartest thing to do, you know. You see that. Alright. I'm still in single frequency. All I've done is remove the nail. You see what happens? So single frequency is not your solution to all situations. Some of your mouse targets, solo setting without any ferrous around them depending, yes. But you enter some ferrous situations, you know, it can cause big problems for you. That's why multi-frequency has an advantage. It can solve more problems for you. It can solve that. It can solve that lower conductive masking. It can also help solve some ferrous masking. All at the same time, depending now. It depends on how you got the machine set up. That's going to conclude the video. I hope you enjoyed.